Hello, my friends. We are going to look at everything that we have been practicing in class and start applying it to our lessons so that you can start seeing how they are connected. So we've been talking about cells and their organelles. We've had opportunities to learn about analogies through our collaborative ELA class. So now we're going to put the two together, and we're going to take some images that you see on the Explain Everything program that are in the file that has been shared with you. And we're going to try and use our analogy practice that we've been doing in our ELA class and try to connect the two together. So we're going to take a look at our understanding of cells and their organelles and use what we have been practicing in class with connecting to our school. Only this time we're going to try something different. We're going to try using the state of Pennsylvania, our state, and we're going to apply those pieces and those images that you see on the side as our connecting analogy. So we're going to use our Explain Everything program, and we're going to use all our tools over here. You're going to click your finger, and you'll be able to add the images that you see by using the tool called Image or Video. And you're going to go and collect those images out of our file that we have saved, the images that we've saved in our photo app, so that you can connect them up to this image. I have provided a few on the screen for you already to show you what we're going to do. There are more, you can add more. We will talk about amounts as you needed for your particular class. And then what you're going to do is you're going to be able to take that analogy, and then you're going to be able to use that analogy so that you can take that understanding and make a connection with it. So here we go. We're going to add, and we're going to go down to our images. This is just from my point of view. And we're going to add an image so that we can take, here's how the image comes in, our, in this case, Pennsylvania image, our analogy, and we're going to be able to make that picture speak for us. Picture is worth 1,000 words. That's the metaphor that your ELA teacher was telling you about as to why an analogy is so helpful. We're going to come down here to, for example, a shape tool, grab our arrow, and you can see how the flow goes from understanding the connection between the two in the analogy and putting it all together so that we can link the two completely different concepts together so that we can, when you come back to class, be able to link everything together into what Mrs. Rick is trying to get you to the point where we can get to our microscopes. And we're going to be able to connect these things that we have been talking about and that you're learning about so that we can connect everything into what we see underneath our microscope. And the image of those organelles that our microscope allows us to see, as well as all those images that we are looking at through our textbook resources, through Mrs. Rick's next level microscope resource. And we can actually start understanding what we see when we see weird little tiny structures inside each and every cell. So back to our assignment. Your job is to take those imageries and you're going to find a place in Pennsylvania, generally where you could find them. Now, some of these images are general in nature, so you can find them in multiple places in Pennsylvania, so it doesn't matter where they go, which kind of goes along with our fact that, the cytoplasm moves everything around, so some of those don't have a specific home. But every now and then you find an image that has a very specific home somewhere in Pennsylvania based on what that image stands for. And if you can link the image to what it does for the state of Pennsylvania, you can link that image and its job to the cell in the organelle and what the organelle does for the cell. And that's how the analogy works. So I'd like you to use our Explain Everything program, and I'd like you to use those imagery to try and do it. Here's the challenge down at the bottom. Mrs. Rick gave you five images of police cars for a reason. They're only linking to one organelle in the cell, but the five are there for a reason. So that would be the challenge piece for tonight. So use the code at the top, join in, and let's see if you can figure out where things go. You can design your own from a blank document and load your images in, and as well as clicking the finger, you can use your tools. Okay? Practice some of those things that we learned in class with our tech department, and let's see what analogy you can build for me by recording yourself down at the bottom and sending me a cute little video of building that video so that we can understand what you came up with. Okay? All right.